This is TEK 7.3a, Monday the 19th. This is basically looking at adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying fractions and decimals. So the first one you do is you look at the parentheses. So we're going to be looking at here. So you're going to do 30.43 plus 2.05. When you add it together, you get 32.48. So now you have 32.48 divided by 1.4. So you're going to divide 1.4 into 32.48. And you have to move your decimal. So 14 goes into 324.8 after you move your decimal, 23.2 times. Remember, you can always pause it to do the math before I give you the answer. Okay, next one. So this says negative 2.4 divided by 5 1/3. So another way to write this is negative 2.4 divided by 5 1/3. So the best thing to do is actually change this decimal to a fraction. So what you do is you just put over 10, 4 over 10, because 0.4 is in the tenths place. But 4 over 10 can actually be simplified down to 2/5. Whoops, I don't know where I wrote it. So you got 2 and 2/5, which then you simplify, which you're going to make it improper. So you do 2 times 5, which is 10, plus 2 is 12. So you have 12 over 10. 12 over 5. And it's a negative. And then bring down the division symbol. So you're going to do the same thing to 5 1/3 and make it improper. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16, so it'd be 16 over 3. So now you're going to divide fractions. You're going to keep it, switch it, flip it. So you're going to take negative 12 over 5, switch the division symbol to multiplication, and then flip the second fraction. So when you do that, you just multiply straight across. So you're going to do top to top, bottom to bottom. So 3 times 12 is 36, which will be a negative, and 5 times 16 is 80. And that simplifies down to negative 9 over 20. Okay? So that's number 2. So let's do number 3. So first thing we're going to look at the parentheses. So you have negative 1/3 minus 5/6. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change the negative 1/3 to improper. To make it improper, you're going to do 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So you have 7 over 4, and it's a negative, minus 5/6. Well, to subtract fractions, you have to have a common denominator. So the common number between them is 12. So you write 12 down here. So 4 gets to a 12 by multiplying by 3. So you can do 7 times 3, which is 21. 6 goes to 12 by multiplying by 2. So you're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10. The bottom stays the same. Negative 21 minus 10 is negative 31. Okay? So now you're going to do negative 31 over 12 divided by negative 2/3. So you're going to keep it, switch it, and then flip it. So negative 31 times 3 is negative 93. 12 times 2 is negative 24. And the negatives actually do cancel out. And we'll just keep it improper. We'll keep it 93 over 24. It can be reduced, but we'll just keep it like that. Okay, number 4. Okay, so first thing you do, you're going to look at the parentheses. So you're going to do 3.62 minus 5.9. And then since you're subtracting more than you have, your answer will be a negative. So I'm going to put my negative right there. So you're going to do 5.9, add a placeholder, minus 3.62. Then you subtract it, and you get 2.28. whoops, 2.28. So now all we have to do is 2.28 times 4.3. So when you multiply that out, you get 9.804. But since that was a positive times a negative, that'd be a negative 9.804. All right, number 5. So first thing to do, we're going to look at the parentheses. So we have 5 2/3 times 8. Well, 5 and 2/3 are improper as 17 over 3. So you're going to do 17 over 3 times 8, and I'm going to put it over 1 to make it a fraction, because you just do top to top, bottom to bottom. Well, 17 times 8 is 136. 1 times 3 is 3. So now all I have is 1 5/8, which I'll change this to improper as well, which is 13 over 8. So you have 13 over 8 plus 136 over 3. Well, to be able to add fractions, you have to have a common denominator. Well, what's common between them is 24. So I'll write 24 down here and a plus sign. So the way I got 8 to 24 is by 3. So you can do 13 times 3, which is 39. And the way 3 got to 24 is by 8. So you're going to do 136 times 8, which is 1,088. And now you just add. The bottom stays the same. 1,088 plus 39 is 1,127. And this reduces down to 46 and 23/24. All right, let's do one word problem. So number 7, we're doing number 7 word problem. First things first, a construction company orders tile flooring for this kitchen and 3 bathrooms of a new home. The kitchen floor measures 48 square feet. 2 bathrooms have floors that each measure 3.5 square feet. The third bathroom floor measures 4.5 square feet. If the tile costs $2.39, what is the least amount of money to the nearest cent the company spends on tile for all 3 bathrooms? So the question is cost for 3 bathrooms. Okay, so I want to find the area for each bathroom. So first area so the first bathroom is 30.5. The second bathroom is also going to be 30.5. And the reason why is that is because it says 2 bathrooms have each measures 30.5. And the third bathroom equals 42.5. So that means I don't even need to know my kitchen. So I'm going to add this all up to find my total square feet. And when you add them all up, you get 103.5. So my total area is 103.5. Let me rewrite that because I don't like the way that looks. 103.5. But that's not what it's asking for. It's asking for the cost for 3 bathrooms. So the cost is $2.39 per square foot. So we're going to do 103.5 times the cost of it, which will be 2.39. And then when you multiply it together, you get 247.365. So you round it to the nearest cent, which will be $247.37. That'd be the answer. So this isn't really anything new, but the main idea to focus on is practicing multiplying, dividing, subtracting, and adding fractions and decimals, because we do a lot of decimals, but we forget how to work with the fraction part. So this is a great reminder and helpfulness